Hey, how y'all doing? This goes out to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I just wanted to say, commend you guys on the great work that you guys are doing at Pearl Street Production. Researched a lot of your work over the years, especially the one in the early '90s that you guys did with Goodwill Hunting. I mean, it was a marvelous masterpiece. I still watch it to the day, each and every day. But the comment that I wanted to make across to you guys was this: that a lot of things are going on right now in Hollywood, the movies and all the other things that's in between that. I'm sure both of you who are educationally conscious have seen the new movie, Waiting for Superman. It's a documentary slash movie, goes in depth into the inner city and suburban children and their achievement gap and test scores and statistics and things like that. And of course, as you know, growing up in the inner city or whatever, inner city children always seem to come last in everything, especially being goal orientated. But make a long story short, the movie also gave an in-depth look as to what was going on in the foreign market as far as people in other countries and their test scores and their ratings and things like that in comparison to that of American children. And obviously, we ranked in pretty much close to last place. I think out of 30 developed countries that they did the research on, I think America came in at 25th place or so as far as educational level and educational standards. But nevertheless, uh, all the movies, like I said, that you guys have done over the years has been nothing but great work, and I commend you for it. But I do feel that the movie that I was just talking about, Waiting for Superman, it didn't really shed enough light on the things that are going on in the inner city as far as the education of the kids and the environment that these children come from. Waiting for Superman pretty much gave, I believe, a story, a one-sided story about how the inner city kids grow up and what they're about and certain things that they do within the inner city. Because if you watch the movie, most of the parents were well involved with the children's career path and their education. The kids also, as young as they were between the ages of 7 and 12. They were also very much involved in their own education and their own future ambitions and aspirations and goals and things of that nature. But at the same time, like I said, I don't feel it shed enough light on a lot of the things that were going on in the inner city. And having said that, 5 years ago I wrote a screenplay entitled Inner City High. And this screenplay gives an in-depth idea. It's an original screenplay. It's genuine. It's not any kind of rendition of any kind of other movie. It just gives an in-depth look at all the things that are going on in the inner city, the other side, the sad side of the inner city youth and what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. And the movie basically gives you an idea of how we can all come together as one and try as much as possible to help these kids with the day-to-day struggle that they go through. And the basic way we can help them is to find out what their interest levels are. Now, I know everybody always feels like they always have the answer to what's going on in society with the kids, with the political bureaucracy, the Board of Education, the teachers union, um, a lot of different organizations and groups that actually, instead of helping the situation, they actually hurt it, they hurt it even more than it already is. And I just believe that the main thing with children, especially children of school age, is to actually find out, go in depth and find out what their interest level are. And kids in society today, as you all know, majority of them are into this hip hop, this hip hop world, this hip hop culture that all of them have so much put into their system. And having said that, I believe that's one of the main reasons why I wrote this screenplay. It goes in depth as far as just giving an overview and insight to what's going on in the inner city with the youth, with the educational standard, with all the different environmental factors that affect them growing up, coming up as inner city children, and things of that nature. But I believe that your production company has done great movies over the years, and I believe, like I said, the original film that both you and Ben Affleck, you and Ben Affleck did was great. It was a masterpiece. Goodwill Hunting. Like I said, till today I still watch it over and over again. But the reason why I'm making this comment or passing this message along to you guys is that I believe that you were originators. You created something. You saw something in this script that nobody else saw, even though it took you years and years to market it out to people, to Hollywood, because they were used to the mundane. They were used to the ordinary. They were used to the normal way of life of just picking up something and saying, hey, let's go with the flow without necessarily thinking it out and looking at a great masterpiece and not even knowing it. And a lot of them shoved it to the side up until the time that you guys got the script sold in. pretty much the rest is history. I believe the same concept and the same idea is the same way I feel right now. I feel I have a masterpiece that's in my hand, but each and every time that I try to get it out to the media outlets that are there or whatever, I'm met with negative responses. So I believe that both of you understand what it's like to struggle. I believe both of you understand what it's like to grow up in the inner city, what it's like to have something that you believe in and something that you struggle for so long, and you believe is a masterpiece. You know it's a masterpiece, but just conveying the idea to other people or whatever was the ultimate problem or the biggest problem. But now all of you are deemed as geniuses. That you have all these different accolades. You have all these commitments from every source in Hollywood and everywhere else. But you guys started from somewhere, and that's where I'm starting from. I'm starting from somewhere. I believe Inner City High, my script, my screenplay is a masterpiece. It's a wonderful piece of work that I believe needs to get out to the people, that I believe needs to get out to the youth, that I believe needs to get out to just society in general, so people can see for themselves exactly what's going on. Because like I said, personally, I believe in Hollywood right now that all they have in these Hollywood corporate offices is just pencil pushers and paper pushers that really don't know what genuine work is. They don't know what a masterpiece looks like, even if you threw it in their face. So I believe that you guys, from the beginning, from the early 90s when you came out with Good Will Hunting, that you had that foresight, you had that intuition to know and to understand what it means to really sit down and work on something, and to really know what your work or what your value, the value of your work is, and to keep pushing it and pushing it up until the point that it reaches that goal, it reaches that level that you wanted to reach. And that's what you guys did with Good Will Hunting, and like I said, I commend you for it, and I have nothing but respect for you. Like I said, my work as well, this is how I see it. I see it as a masterpiece. I believe the movie Waiting for Superman just gave me more motivation to put my work out there. Because like I said, obviously my movie is not the same as Waiting for Superman. It's quite different. And I do believe that Waiting for Superman gave an indication or gave an awareness of what was going on in the inner city and what was going on in society as far as the education and the children are concerned. But I believe that just created, quote unquote, an awareness. I believe my script, my movie, Inner City High, would give more or less a motivational revolution, will start a motivational revolution that would change pretty much everything, the way these kids think in society today, the way the parents think of the children and what they do and what their likes and dislikes are. I know you guys can remember when you were still in school how your parents used to get at you as far as going to school and doing the right thing just so you could be someone in the future. But all of that aside, majority of our parents, they grew up in that conventional area that 30, 40 years ago when everything was totally different. But we grew up in a society right now, whereas it's totally about the technologically advanced era. You know, each and everything we do in society has to do with somehow, some way, with computers and with technology. And like I said, even the schools, they're not the same. The schools back then, when our parents was coming up, you know, there were no pipe bombs, there were no Columbines that people could bring guns to school and shoot the whole school up and kill a whole bunch of kids and, you know, try as much as possible to gain some kind of vengeance or some kind of revenge based on what someone said about them or someone bullying them or what have you. But these are the things that are going on in society right now. These are the things that are going on with the school. And I believe that based on the work that you guys did, like I said, with all the great movies that you've done over the years, that you would understand my struggle, that you will understand what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to bring out to the market today. Like I said, with Hollywood right now, there's just nothing out there. I can't even remember the last time I saw a good movie, or a genuine movie, I should say, because most of it is just renditions of the other. It's like no one has any kind of creative mindset, no kind of innovation whatsoever to come out with some kind of original work. Not even a masterpiece, just originality is hard to find. And I believe that my work is that. It's original, it's genuine. I believe in my heart of heart that it's a masterpiece. And I believe if the right people see it, like both you, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, if both of you see it, you would automatically agree with my opinion. So either way, choice is yours. It's a challenge. It's an option. It's something that I'm putting on the table for you guys. Inner City High. It's the greatest masterpiece that I believe that I've ever worked on, that I've ever done, and I've written previous screenplays as well. But Inner City High, above all, is the best work that I can possibly put my hand on, that will reach the youths out there today, that will reach the mass, and anyone that sees the work, I believe, will agree with me as well. I think Oprah said it best when she said that everybody in this world wants to be validated for something. Um, we want to be validated for who we are, what we've done, our accomplishments over the years, and things of that nature. You guys, for some people in Hollywood, maybe validation means winning Oscars, winning Tony Awards, winning any kind of award that they can put themselves out there in the limelight and glorify themselves. But I believe in my heart of heart that validation is more of what you give back as opposed to what you receive. And giving back is, to me, I believe, is giving back to the youth, giving back to the children, giving back to the generation. Because if we fail as parents, and I know you guys are parents as well, you have children. If we fail our children, then I believe that we have failed also as parents. And there's so many things going on in society right now. There's so many negative and bad and just pessimistic things that are going on right now that it's very hard to find something that's good in society right now. But I do believe that this piece of work that I've created, this piece of work that I had a vision for, that I brought to the forefront, I believe that both you and Ben Affleck, both of you, you know what it's like to struggle. You know what it's like to go through things, and like I said, based on your masterpiece work that you originally did, it just shows it all. So get at me. Let me know what you think. But like I said, I feel if you see this masterpiece of work that I created all by myself, that you would totally agree with me. FEYI02 at AOL.com. Let me know what you think.